All right, on that, let's bring in Matt Smith. He is lead oil analyst at Kpler. They've been tracking and helping us and the world track flows through the Strait of Hormuz and now the Bab el-Mandeb Strait as well. You got two straits on the brain, Matt. We're glad to have you back. Talk to us first about Hormuz. Has it gotten any better the last couple of days?
No. Answer is no, Brian. And so, while we did see an increase in traffic going through on Saturday, that was an anomaly as opposed to the start of a new trend. And so we're just back to a handful or less vessels passing through there every day. So no real change as there hasn't been for the last month.
Okay, we have, and there's a narrative going around that the ships that are going through, Matt, are really paying a toll, effectively, a tax to Iran so they won't get hit. They're basically buying their protection, if you will. What can you tell us about that? And do you have any insight or visibility or expectation of when things might return to, quote, normal?
Well, in terms of the traffic going through there, the majority of it remains to be Iranian crude. And so the unsanctioned tankers, shadow fleet that are going through there. There is the odd one that is passing through there. It's not for us to speculate whether they are paying tolls or not. All we can say is that perhaps they are humanitarian cargoes. So because of fuel scarcity, we are seeing the Iranians let some of these cargoes go through. But for the most part here, it is still these Iranian crude tankers that are passing through and nothing much else.
Yeah, and we've seen the Saudis. They had a lot of foresight, I think, a couple years ago to build this huge pipeline literally across their country into the Red Sea. Your data and other data I've looked at, Matt, suggests this might be maxing out at 4 to 5 million barrels a day. How have flows in oil and shipping changed in the last week or two?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, the East-West pipeline there is getting up to capacity, we hear. But in terms of what can be loaded out of Yanbu in the Red Sea, we're maxing out, to your point, around 4.5 million barrels per day. Typically, you see about 750,000 barrels a day out of Yanbu. That heads north. It goes to Egypt to then go into a pipe to go into the Mediterranean. But what we're seeing now is a change in behavior as we see these flows ramping up. We see them heading south. We see them declaring for China, for India, for South Korea. But what has got to happen is they have to pass Bab el-Mandeb here. And that's where the Houthis in the last few years have been firing pot shots at tankers going through. So the concern is that whenever there is an escalation from the US or Israeli side with Iran, there is a tit-for-tat escalation on the Iranian side. So if we were to see boots on the ground, whether it's at the Strait of Hormuz or at Karg Island there, it seems that there's a natural progression there for the Houthis to get involved and fire at those tankers that are passing around Bab el-Mandeb, which is hugely problematic, right? Because then you cut off the 4 million barrels a day that are passing through there from Saudi. And so the only other flows we see are going via Fujairah, and that has been bombed in recent days. We still saw a loading yesterday, but hugely problematic. The one thing is, Brian, you can actually get a VLCC. This is a very large crude carrier. That's what these long-haul vessels are, carrying 2 million barrels. They can pass through the Suez Canal if they're not fully loaded, if they're partially loaded. But if 90% of the crude from the Middle East there goes to Asia, and so it would have to go through the Suez Canal, around the Mediterranean, around the Cape of Good Hope, and so that would take another 4 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, because Suez can only accommodate a certain type of vessel, certain depth vessel. Talk to us about Asia, because I want to drive this point home to our audience very clearly, that even if the war ends tomorrow, let's say Iran agrees, we agree, there's no more fighting, it's going to be a long time before things in Asia get back to normal, right, Matt? Because you and your team, and I want to give a big shout out to your team. They've done a great job helping us here, helping me personally. A lot of the ships, the last ships of LNG that were going from the Persian Gulf to Asia are arriving now or have already arrived from Qatar. There's nothing behind them, is there? Like, Qatar's offline. This is it. This may be what they get from Qatar for the next couple years.
Yeah. No, exactly. And you can look at South Korea, you can look at Thailand, you can look at Taiwan, and that you see on the weekly data, those flows are just drying up from the Middle East because those cargoes that loaded prior to the war are now being discharged. And so those flows are dropping off. Now, we do have the Saudi crude flows that are going to pick up there. But essentially, those flows still arriving over the last few weeks have been a cushion. So these Asian refiners have been able to take that crude. They've been able to turn it into products where in the weeks ahead here, as those flows dry up, they have nothing to refine. They're dialing back on those runs. That means that not only domestically, they're not getting the jet, the diesel, the gasoline that they need, but they're also not being able to export it. And so then suddenly a South Korea that sends a lot of jet fuel into the US West Coast, those flows are going to slow down. We see inventories in Japan being drawn down there as they are taking that SPR and refining it
Matt, I'm sorry
themselves.
to interrupt. Out of time. Is it possible that the U.S. state of California has some kind of fuel shortage of diesel, jet fuel, something in the next couple of days or weeks?
Weeks, and it's going to be jet fuel first, yes.